we're live. Welcome to BSA Solutions, and this is the fourth episode of BeYou Live. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Gabby. I'm the resident creative specialist of the marketing department, and I'm today's host for today's episode of BeYou Live. So before I introduce our guest, she's a very special person, and I can't imagine being in BSA without or a BSA without this person because they just bring like a breath of fresh air. So without further ado, let's welcome Miss Jemima.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Hi,
So
Gab.
hi, Miss Jam. So how are you feeling right now?
I feel happy that I'm here. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to, of course, share something today.
So how do you feel? Because I know with Care Circle, which we'll get to in a while,
Yeah.
you're usually the interviewer. So how does it feel being the interviewee?
Oh, honestly, well, I feel a bit nervous, but I know that we can definitely share a lot of good things today.
Okay, so to our viewers, can you briefly introduce yourself and what you do in the company?
Alright, so hi, good afternoon, everyone. I am Jam, talent and client experience manager here at BSA Solutions, and I've been here for over a year already. And I would definitely talk more about myself in a
Yes.
little while.
So today we're all going to learn about Miss Jam.
Yes.
So it's all about you this episode, Miss Jam.
Right.
So let's start from the very beginning. So how did you first hear about BSA Solutions and what made you decide to apply here?
Okay, so I would like to share a bit of a background.
Yeah, sure.
As to how. So I posted something on my social media account, and I'm actually connected to Marimar, the head of
My manager?
Yes, yes, the head of marketing department. And fun fact, by the way, she is a former student of mine, and yeah, one of the brilliant students that I know.
Wow.
Right.
Go, Miss
And,
Mar.
She just sent a reply to that post and somehow invited me for a possible speakership about mental health. Of course, I said yes to that, and because that's what I also do. And little did I know that that also led to referring to a potential open role. And of course, that was for the TCX Manager.
Yes.
And I went through the process, the interview process and all, and here I am now.
It's great. It's so amazing how small Cebu is, right?
Yes, yes.
Because like little would you know that your student from how many years ago? You won't say it.
I won't say it.
Your student is now your coworker, your fellow
Yes.
manager now.
And I just feel so proud. Every time I see my former students making great milestones in life, I'm just very proud and really happy for them.
Yeah, that's great. It's such a small world. Cebu is so small. So, since you mentioned that you worked in the academe and you were Miss Mars' teacher, did you experience any culture shock when you started working in BSA since you worked in the academe for years?
Yes, so, well, prior to spending approximately 8 to 9 years in the academic setting, I started as a sourcing associate in a particular outsourcing company in Cebu as well. And I did have the chance to know how it feels like to be working in the corporate setting. And though my role that time was quite limited because it's just for particularly sourcing candidates, but it has taught me about the things that we expect in the corporate setting, in the industry. So coming here to BSA, to me it felt like a familiar environment.
I'm just curious though, since actually BSA is my first job, so I've never really experienced any other environment. Is there like certain values that are different when you're working in a school versus working in the academe? Versus working in corporate.
In
sorry,
the corporate
yeah.
world. Values. When we talk about policies and procedures, of course, that they would similar in a way that we would want everyone to comply with the policies and the procedures. But in terms of Oh, I'm not really sure how it differs, but perhaps because the population is different, we're dealing with professionals here, and when in the academic setting, in my case, I taught senior high school students. The fun is different because
Okay.
of course for the young ones they have their own definition of what fun is,
Yes.
and we have to also go along with them.
Yes.
And here in the corporate world, then we're dealing with professionals, and we have our own way of saying that these activities are fun, these
Yes.
things that we do are also something that are meaningful. So perhaps in that way it differs.
I see, I see. So since you've been working here in BSA for about a year now, more than a year, do you have any memorable moments or, core memories?
I would say that every activity, engagement that all of us employees gather, to me, it's memorable and it's meaningful because that's where we are able to show the other side of us, apart from the professional side of being in the workplace. So I love it when we share laughters, we just tell random stories, and even probably spending time with colleagues at the pantry during lunch break. I am very grateful for that, and to me these are one of the many memorable and meaningful memories that I can definitely recognize.
Yes. Also me, I also enjoy those, non-work related. Well, it still work since I'm marketing, so I have to but I enjoy those types of activities. And also to our viewers, comment down below if you have any favorite activities of BSA, because if you comment, maybe they'll keep doing it again.
Yes.
So, this is the last icebreaker question. So, if you could describe your work life in song lyrics, what song would it be and why? And if you can sing it, if you can.
So, well, the first song that comes to my mind would be a song from Eraserheads.
Ooh, I love Eraserheads.
And the song would be With a Smile.
Oh, okay.
Right? So, okay, if I may
Can you sing? Can you sing? Sample.
Okay, so it goes like this. Lift your head, baby, don't be scared of the things that could go wrong along the way. You'll get by with a smile. So there. So why?
Yes, why? Why is it?
Why with a smile? Well, our work life will always have its success stories as well as challenges. And just like the song, it inspires us to continue, to go forward, to face every situation with positivity, and at least with that particular smile.
Yes.
And it's going to allow us to just go with our tasks every day, all the situations that we are in at the workplace. Of course, there were moments when I felt that I wasn't quite satisfied with how I approached this particular task. So I took the time to consult with colleagues. Of course, we will always be open to feedback. And through these moments, it inspires me to do better. So, and apart from that, of course, do things with positivity and that openness to learn something new every day.
Yes. I also love how you picked an Eraserhead song because I don't know if it's just me, but a lot of people associate Eraserhead songs with like school life.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Like it's always their songs are always being used for like graduation stories. Like my favorite is Ala Pa Up, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Is that Eraserhead?
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
Sorry. So yeah, that's one of my favorite songs. And I don't know, I kind of connected it to your background, as a teacher. Like maybe you maybe you got the energy.
Unconsciously, I have associated myself with, Eraserheads.
Yeah. So let's go back to, let's read some of the comments. Marimar says, so glad we have you, Miss Jem. Chelsea Patalinghog sent clap emojis. Miss Lou sent heart reacts. We have Christian says, "Go Gabby and go Coach Jam." Hi Christian, so glad you're
Christian.
watching, even though it's your holiday.
Oh, yes. Today is Philippine holiday.
And also Miss Frets is watching. She sent a very cute emoji
Wow.
here. So let's move on to like the heart of the live. So the segment actually for BU this quarter is the weight we don't talk about, and it's a theme for this quarter because we want to focus on how BSA takes care of our mental health, because especially in our society, we don't really talk about how mental health affects us. And so we decided to go about this theme because it's a very relevant and important theme to talk about. So you're a licensed professional teacher, you're also a registered guidance counselor, and now you're working towards a master's in clinical psychology. So that's a lot of hats, that's a lot of roles. Do you ever feel pressured that you took on so many roles? And does it ever get heavy for you?
Well, honestly, I am just human and I can feel vulnerable at times. I know that it seems quite overwhelming to be having these roles, these licenses, but if I look back and recall how I decided to be on these career paths, I knew that I trusted the process. I trusted that purpose, that one day it all would make sense. And then today is that the present time is the future I once envisioned. And I would say that it didn't come easy, and it was quite overwhelming when we talk about juggling between work and school. So if I may share my schedule, that time I had to work, of course, during the day and then attend my classes at night and work on my assignments and still also do the checking
Oh my gosh.
of the worksheets of my students because I was still in the academic setting that time. So, but then again, I found joy in what I do. It may sound cliche, but yeah, really, honestly, I was very happy that I took that time and decided.
If if I may ask, did you pursue that because you enjoy learning, or you have like a higher goal in mind?
I actually finished psychology, and psychology has a lot of branches, and I know that perhaps it's worth exploring to consider a more specialized pathway. Hence, I decided to pursue counseling specifically. And because that time, I had to also, of course, build my credibility as a teacher. So I took another program, which is the Diploma in Professional Education. So it was something that I know I was convinced that I had to do, and no regrets if I look back and
So
reflect on
if you could give a message to like yourself 10 years ago, do you think they would have like looked up to you now?
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. So really, taking risks really paid off in the long run. Even though like it was exhausting, juggling a full-time job on top of. Yeah, that's good to know, and it's also like, I'm really glad that you shared this about yourself, especially since to fellow I'm not really a fresh grad anymore, but to fresh graduates who are thinking about how to improve like their career, or like how to, improve their credibility. It's good to know that it's actually doable.
Yeah, it is possible as long as you know your intention, the purpose, and also, well, I am glad that I actually did it when I was still younger. Because
When you're older, what does it mean?
it means the energy level is quite different.
Oh.
If I did it now, perhaps I might end up, feeling more of the exhaustion, the
Burnt
impact.
out.
Yeah. So I'm glad I did it during my younger
Yes.
years. Well, I had more tolerance to
Yes.
the different, demands of the job and the studies.
So guys, it's okay to take risks, according to Miss Jam.
Definitely
But
it is.
risks with a purpose.
Purpose, intention.
Yes. Don't just take risk randomly because you might end up getting hurt. So, since you were really you really experienced a part that you were like juggling a lot of things. Aside from like thinking you had like another purpose, like what else kept you going? Like did you have like a support system or like your family or anything?
Support system, definitely my family. And my parents have been very supportive of me. And I can never think of a time that they were not supportive of what I do. And they've always encouraged me to just do my best. And of course, that does not necessarily mean it, pressuring me on, achieving something. But it's really more of that support that I am receiving from them. And there are also things that I would like to achieve for myself. And when you are able to slowly comprehend where you are going, where you are headed to with your career, slowly you would figure out where you would like to lead yourself to. But it does not happen overnight. Figuring things out will not happen overnight. It would take time to reflect on your decisions, on your actions, on your choices. And every little thing that you do now, in the long run, you'd recall that it did matter.
Yes. I see. So I'm just curious also, what does it look like for you when you get kind of overwhelmed? Do you get quieter or do you try to busy yourself when you're like overwhelmed? Do you try to busy yourself doing other things or do you have any other coping mechanisms?
Well, I would take the time to just be alone. If I feel like, for example, work can be a bit overwhelming, I would take the time to probably walk around the mall and just see what greens, trees, plants, and or probably just be alone with with music. It's something that I do, and I appreciate those moments when I can replenish my energy just by being alone. And probably eating alone is something that I also do once in a while. And those are the things that that are very helpful to me in.
So I'm just curious, are you an introvert because you gather your energy from being alone? So you're an introvert?
Yes, I am.
Because right, extroverts, they get energy from being around other people.
Yes.
I'm quite the same also. Because if I'm around too much people, I get drained. Are you the same?
Yes, I would definitely agree with that. But of course, we would conform to the expectations of our role. We would give out all our best efforts. But when it's done, we would like to typically
You're just
take
like,
a moment and pause.
We're just like
and like,
a deflated balloon.
Yes. Finally, it's time for me to replenish that energy that I lost from doing a particular task.
Oh, let's look at some of the comments. So Miss Mars says, "I love this. This is the Eraserhead song, but I love the voice more." Wow, you have a fan, Miss Jam. Miss Mar, #1 fan. So, we have a comment from Miss Cherry. Such a refreshing, light and fun conversation we have this afternoon. Gabby is such a natural host. Wow, Miss Cherry.
Yes.
And Miss Jem is such an inspiring speaker. Thank you, Miss Cherry.
Thank you, Miss Cherry.
Thank you for your kind words. Moving on to going back to the topic on hand. This is a question that I'm very curious about because it's very relevant. So we're Filipinos, right? We live in the Philippines. We live in Cebu. Do you think that there are certain cultural norms or traditions that we practice that we we practice in our daily life that can be harmful to our mental well-being? And can you share some of these practices?
Well, there's one thing that I can definitely share. whatever part of the world, whenever you find a Filipino is always the hardworking one, the resilient, somebody who makes sacrifices for their family. We Filipinos are known to be very hardworking and caring for our loved ones. We give back in any way possible. But when we overdo things, for example, we've been giving so much, our efforts, our time, our presence, even our emotions. There could be some risk to that because we might find ourselves not realizing that we have already given everything, and we probably have forgotten to also look after ourselves. Okay? And it's very important that we look after ourselves because we are like a vessel. And as much as we would like to be present to other people, we should also take that time to keep our vessel full. Okay? And then the energy that we have within ourselves would be very helpful for us to also continue be present for other people. So, but there's no question to that because Filipinos, as we know, we observe that collectivism culture.
Yes.
And we value that sense of community, utang na loob. We want to give back to the people who once supported us. But perhaps it is also worth considering that we look after ourselves as much also as we look after other people. So we have to invest in taking good care of our well-being because we cannot be fully present for others if we do not also listen to our own personal needs.
Because since we belong in a collectivist society, we care more about blending in with other people. Like, what's that term? Pakikisama.
Pakikisama. Yes.
Whereas, like, the Westerners, they're more individualistic.
Yes.
So,
that's the reason why there's a truism that goes, mind your own business.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Right? Minding your own business sometimes may be taken or defined in a negative light, but minding your own business is more of independence, autonomy. But here in the Philippine context is more of the we culture or the us culture. So
yes.
yeah.
So for the Westerners, mind your own business. It's when you say that to someone, it's like you don't take offense. Like it's how the norm is. But
it's more of the independence.
Yeah, but if you say it to someone here, they'll be like offended because you know it's normal to be a marites. It's normal to care about.
Yeah, I'm not being a marites. I just wanted to know the story because I care.
Yeah, I'm not being a marites. I'm just Filipino. Like I'm not chismosa. I'm just being a Filipino, guys. So yeah, that's I really love how you're able to give insight to our viewers that especially since we're very westernized, like what we see in media, sometimes we really can't apply it to how we treat our peers, our families, especially like if it's Western media. So we have to understand that, right, that we have different cultural values that we value.
Right.
So going more about this topic, do you think generational and sociocultural factors affect mental health care? Because, we've been hearing, I think even, like, as we grow up, we hear stuff like, oh, like, this person is like this because they're a boomer, or this person's like this because they're a millennial. They're just so different from Gen Z. Do you think there are certain values like those that affect how we treat mental health care? And do you think that's why we don't really talk about mental health care?
Well, I would say that yes, historically, culturally, socioeconomically, these are factors that would influence our understanding of mental health. In the Philippines, looking back, the first psychological clinic was established around 1930s.
Okay.
And of course, when we talk about theoretical framework, literature, it all came from the Western perspectives, way earlier than that. And in terms of the development, the education of mental health, We may probably came in a bit late, but of course, we have to also recognize the ongoing efforts to build that literature, all the studies that we have to invest in, the study of psychology, for example. So, generational gap would, yes, also come in. How it is also being oriented to people from one generation to others matters so much. Okay? Without that education, without that orientation about what mental health is, it would, you know, did rob people from really understanding why it matters and what is the true value of that. But given now in this generation that we are actively advocating for that, then more people are getting more educated about what mental health is, why it matters, and how it helps in your well-being. And also factors like how we were raised in the family, the environment where we grew up, the learnings that we have observed and we were taught from our caregivers. Okay, they also would matter into how we understand mental health.
So it's important to know, like, to not judge people outright, like, oh, this person is close-minded because they're old. Like, we have to understand that our generation is different because technology also plays a part. So they might not have had as much access to mental health care and knowledge about mental health care compared to what we are exposed to and used to now. So yeah, it's good to always keep that in mind, that we have different backgrounds, and you know, to always be understanding.
Yeah, because we know that every person is unique in terms of personality, environment, living conditions, and the values, the beliefs that that person has learned over time. And withholding our judgment would allow better understanding of, you know, these people.
Okay. So let's go back to reading the comments. So Miss Mar says, always fill your cup first and allow the world to benefit from the overflow. Wow.
Wow, that's very meaningful.
Big wise words, Miss Mar. Lyle says, go Gem, heart, yellow hearts, sending yellow hearts. Miss Fret says, I agree. What did you agree, Miss Fret? Marites, okay. So, Sir Melvin says, just got in Facebook. So, eto ba ang magandang buhay? Hehe, love, Jam, and Gabi. Thank you, Sir Melvin. Miss Mar also asked, does mental health comes from nurture or nature? Ooh, that's an interesting question.
Yes, it has always been an idea we talk about in the classroom.
Yes.
So, person's development, we would consider both. Genetic, environment, and even maturity.
Okay.
So, they go hand in hand.
Okay.
We cannot say that the other one is more dominant than the others. They would be the factors that we will consider in understanding a person's development.
I see. I always thought it was nurture rather than nature. I didn't know it comes hand in hand. Okay. So that's a fun fact. Yeah. So let's talk about mental health care in BSA. So tell us more about Care Circle. For viewers who don't know what Care Circle is, maybe you can explain how did it start and what does it actually do for BSA's BSA's people?
To give a bit of a background of how Care Circle started, so approximately around 2 months since my joining date, I thought of what else can I do apart from performing my role as a TCX Manager. So I realized that we did have subscribed to an external employee assistance program delivering counseling sessions.
Yes.
And to me, it's a good opportunity to reinforce that mental health program by doing certain activities on site because that was actually provided online.
Yeah, so it was like a Zoom call, right? Yeah.
So why not do something that, here on site and reinforce that mental health program. So hence, I pitched the idea of forming a support group. And I thought of the brand Care Circle
Okay.
and pitched it to Zana and the operations team. And I am very happy because I got the support. So to cut it short, to cut the story short, I was able to launch Care Circle, and along also
That's
with the
nice.
help, along with the help of my co-facilitators, Melvin and Monica.
Yes. Shout
And-
out Sir Melvin and Miss Monica.
Yes, and there I had a chance to share it with the organization. And to my surprise, while we were doing some pilot sessions that time, there were a few employees who approached me and checked if I'd be open to a private individual counseling session.
Yes.
So, of course, I did make myself available. And now, starting this year, we are strengthening the services we offer through Care Circle.
Yes.
So, apart from the regular support group sessions, we now, of course, recognize that individual counseling is one of our services.
Yes.
And it does not end to that, Gab. We extended it further by offering referral. Referral to external mental health practitioners who may need, for employees who may need further intervention or if applicable, clinical treatment or intervention as well.
So Care Circle is also, it can be like a stepping stone to let people know that it's okay to seek mental health care services and there's nothing wrong with you. It's just another way of taking care of yourself. And I would also love to commend Care Circle because it came in last year and it was during a time when there was a lot of natural disasters and it was there was also the thing with the government which we always do. But yeah, it came in a very tumultuous time for us as Filipinos, and I'd like to commend Care Circle for coming in and taking care of us mentally, because although yes, we do need to have our physical needs answered and satisfied, we also shouldn't forget our mental health. Like last year when we had the series of disasters, apart from needing to actually be physically safe, Care Circle was able to address that people were traumatized, right? Especially when we felt the earthquake here in the 14th floor.
Yes.
So
it was a good avenue for everyone to share their experiences, how they felt, and it is also something that we can reassure everyone that you may be going through this, but we understand you. We also feel the same way. You're not alone, and we are going to go through this together.
yes, so a big hand to Care Circle.
Yay!
Yes. So as someone heading a mental health program, what's a weight that you carry that most people don't see? Do you feel I'm just curious, Miss Ha, like, do you feel drained whenever you have a Care Circle session? Like, out of curiosity.
Yes, yes, I would say yes, definitely. For example, in an individual counseling session, you would have to be really fully present to your client. We call it client. Be present, of course, physical, your presence emotionally, psychologically, and holding that emotion together during the session may also require that certain level of energy. And this is something that we also advocate for all mental health practitioners to also take care of themselves, because taking care of ourselves can also mean being more present and more competent to walk alongside with people who need us. And yeah, I would say there are times that I will feel exhausted, and perhaps it's something that I would like to continuously acknowledge. It's something that I do not deny.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So it's important to step back and reset, have some alone time.
Yep.
And I've also heard, like, this is from, I was watching this show, it's called The Sopranos. Like, this person had a therapist, and then his therapist also had another therapist for herself.
That is possible.
Yeah, so because like, she can't keep it all to herself. She has to like also, tell it to someone.
Yes.
So yeah, it's important that, we're all just humans, and yeah, we have those needs.
Yes, it's somewhat called, it can be also considered a debriefing for the mental health practitioner. And we do consult each other. For example, if there are a lot of practitioners in an organization, for example, and then you would like to check if if you are able to understand this particular concern, right? You can definitely consult and seek advice.
Okay. So, have you ever had a moment when you were in your role as a care circle counselor that you thought, this is why I do this? Like, this is my calling here in BSA?
Well, yes, I would say it makes me happy every time I see people working on their progress. There are things that probably they had a difficulty starting, but because of some reflection or perhaps what they have learned from one of the sessions, it allowed them to get started. And the progress they are making, I am very happy that I'm able to just a bit, take part of that journey. And that is something that I am very happy about, and it excites me because I know that you are able to help people even just by being present for them.
So in a way, it kind of connects to your experience in the academe because you were teaching students, right? And then they would have like, surely like there's progress, like when you follow up. So do you see like do you feel like the same connection, the similarities?
Yeah, that is definitely similar because of course you would want somebody to be happy with the progress they're making, and wherever they are, whatever stage they are in terms of their development, seeing them doing that, it also brings back to yourself and I get to also reflect on these are things that are possible, and these are things that we can continuously inspire people of doing. And I am happy that, for example, Care Circle is a part of that journey for everyone.
So with Care Circle, it's you're dealing with professionals here in BSA. So do you feel that how do you make sure that employees feel safe enough to open up during a Care Circle session, and how do you basically make someone feel at ease to tell their problems even if they don't think their problems are big enough?
Oh, yeah. So, Care Circle, we published guidelines on the participation of the Care Circle sessions. And in these guidelines, it specifically highlights the importance of confidentiality. And confidentiality of the conversation, of the sessions, the activities, whatever is documented out from that session. So we ensure that we are able to assure everyone that coming to Care Circle and the participation would be treated with utmost privacy.
Yes.
And the participation is of course voluntary, and they may even withdraw anytime if they feel that they have reasons
Yes.
that they would like to withdraw from participating. We truly respect that. And of course, when we talk about participating in Care Circle, we respect everyone's space, the time, and if they just want to join the group session simply by listening to the stories of the participants, we allow that. And there is also one thing that I highlighted in the guidelines: no picture taking,
Yes.
no capturing of videos during the session, because that's one way of protecting privacy.
Yes.
among the participants.
Make sure everyone feels safe.
Yes.
Yes. So let's go back to some of the comments. Melvin asks, asking for Sir Aris, how do you manage to take care of your own mental health when you are the one listening to heavy concerns? I think you mentioned this a while ago
Yes,
already, yes? So,
Probably to add, uh, I would spend time with my loved ones. It means a lot to me. Quality time means a lot. And conversing with them, and just, share laughters with them, eating out, okay, doing probably some activities together. It, lifts my energy and makes me happy.
yeah. So Lyle also has kind of a similar question. So what are your suggestions to not absorb all the negativity shared by clients during counseling? Or if you're simply the type of friend, like people, your friends always rant to you, how do you like not absorb the negativity?
Okay, to me, it also requires competencies. And it's part of the training. It's part of the study of counseling. How do we um, keep that? Um, I would say that specific space that is also enough for you to protect yourself. And concretely or specifically, I would say that I would do some emotional decompression. Say, for example, just look around, see things, okay, and probably, let us say, for example, if it's accessible, get some sweets,
Yeah.
okay, even as simple as that, it can help.
I see, I see. Well, I think personally, I think I get drained if people rant to me a lot, so I just like disassociate. And then people will start noticing that I'm disassociating, so they don't tell me. So yeah, but yeah, to all the people who are the empaths of their group, so yeah, those are some tips that Miss Jam says that you can use. So let's move on to the fun stuff, the show and
Yes.
tell portion.
Okay.
So, for this segment of BeYou, can you please show us an item that you associate with Care Circle or your mental health, basically?
Okay.
So, please show it to the camera if
Okay,
you have
so
it.
I got this. This
Ooh.
one. Okay. So, uh, I would like to refer to, or I would like to use the symbol flower, not just the sunflower
Yes.
specifically. Okay, so when we talk about mental health, mental well-being of people, their personal development, I would say that it is similar to how a flower
Yes.
blooms. Of course, it has its own development stages, like us humans. A flower from seeding, from starting to build its roots, and then, blooming. And it also goes through a lot of seasons. Okay? Probably it has to endure that extreme heat under the sun, or probably
Yes.
it has to even endure storms. Similarly, we go through these kinds of seasons in life.
Yes.
However, just like a flower, okay, we continuously flourish, we bloom in our own way, and this is similar to how we are progressing as individuals, that in spite of the different factors that could test our patience, our strength, our endurance as a person, we still have the reasons to get back on track, keep going forward, and just bloom and flourish in our own unique way.
Yes. And sunflower is one of the biggest flowers, right? It can grow very tall.
Yeah.
Right?
I was able to visit a particular sunflower farm in Tagaytay, and of course, I'm short. I would say that they grew long enough that, it could compete with my height.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I would agree to
It
that.
felt like there are people there also. So yeah, like stand tall as a sunflower. That's a really cute symbol also. So, let's we're now like towards the end of BU. So, is there a conversation around mental health that you think still isn't happening enough, even though that in this day and age we're more open to talking about it and there are more safe spaces to, you know, address mental health. Do you think there's still some things we don't talk about enough?
I would say that one of the things that we often don't talk about in the context of mental health is, I may be a bit technical in my answer, but the ratio between the mental health practitioners and the population, for example, in the Philippines,
Yes, I agree.
you would see a huge or a significant gap.
Yeah.
There's really a great imbalance between the two.
Yes, that's why it's expensive, right? To
Yes.
seek mental health.
It's expensive, but at the same time, the accessibility is also one problem. As much as we would want to encourage people to, you know, have some sessions, some consultations, for example, but the resources may be limited. Accessibility, who would they be going to? And even in schools, though, when we talk about having counselors, for example, it's more prominent, it's more typical in school setting.
Yes.
But even in school settings, whether it's a public or private institution, they would still lack
Yes.
counselors enough to accommodate the number of students that they have. So all the more at the national level, there's a significant gap between the number.
Also, from what I know in schools, like there's a kind of a connotation if when they say like nag-guidance ka.
Oh, nag-guidance ka.
Like,
Oh, you probably have done
you
something
punch someone.
bad.
You punch someone, right?
Yeah, you probably have misbehaved.
Yeah.
And the guidance would, they would say the guidance
We'll call your parents.
would call your parents, reprimand you. So there's that stigma.
Yeah, so in my experience also, like you can't approach the guidance counselor for mental health care. Like it's more like when you get in trouble and someone's gonna call your parents. So
It's more detrimental to your mental
yeah, and then there will
health.
be like rumors. They'll be like, "Hello, ano na guidance ni siya? Like they did something, no?" Like, so yeah.
So that's part of you know the things that we would like to educate people about. So
Yeah, it starts from the school.
it can start from school.
So yeah. So speaking about educating people, what are the small and simple ways we can practice? The small things we can do that we can take care of our mental health daily.
I would say one practical tip is mindfulness. Mindfulness even in the little things that we do. Even in the minute activities that we do on a daily basis. Mindfulness, let's say for example, when you are eating your breakfast, take the time to really be in that moment. Oftentimes, we would have our phone on the side while eating.
Yes.
And we would tend to focus more of what we see on our phone rather than enjoying the food. So mindfulness is something that we can practice. Taking a moment to really cherish that experience, no matter how small it can be, or perhaps eating breakfast is something that we do every day. But it would help in rehearsing yourself on, rehearsing how mindfulness works. And mindfulness, let's say for example, in what you do for the rest of the day, taking the moment to just, let us say, converse with somebody, converse with a friend, with a colleague. Sometimes we get too preoccupied, even when we feel like we're listening, but we're not because our mind wanders somewhere else. But just be in that moment, listen, and try to just be present, not just, of course, with that physical presence, but with the emotions, the psychologically be present as well. And that is something that we can start working on and
just
develop.
Enjoy the moment.
Yes,
Like
it matters a lot because in this busy world, we live in a very busy city. We tend to do multiple things at a time.
yes.
But we have forgotten to really live in that moment.
Yeah, that's a good quote. Yeah. because we get so lost in these things, right? So sometimes just step back, take a step back, and just like enjoy being alive, being here.
Probably take a walk. A mindful walk.
Yeah,
That's the reason
plug
why we
for
mindful walk.
for Care Circle. So, what would you say to someone at BSA who's struggling but hasn't told anyone yet?
I would respect everyone who might need a little bit more time to decide participating in a counseling session, for example. Everyone might need time to reflect, to make themselves prepared to participate. And when we talk about joining Care Circle, group session, individual counseling session, it does not necessarily mean that you have a problem, that's why you are participating.
Yes.
You might want to take that moment to just reflect on your experiences. And probably you might want to share some of your milestones, and you would like to reflect on these milestones, on the journey of how you reached that particular success. Okay? So probably it's one of the common misconceptions about participating in a counseling session. You go to a counselor because you have a problem, but that actually is not the case all the time. You can go to a counselor and just talk about your experiences. And take that moment to probably reflect and appreciate yourself.
Yes.
And have somebody who can also appreciate you for having that openness to talk about these things.
So sometimes you just need to see a counselor just because you just want someone to talk to.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with you. You just want someone to share the experience with.
That is definitely possible.
Yes. So yeah, it's like going to a doctor. It's like a variety. There's some people who go to the doctor because they're really sick, and there's some people who just want like a checkup.
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
Similarly, you can use that same logic.
Analogy to different things. So, before we move on to the rapid fire questions, we're nearing the end. Let's check some of the comments. So Miss Karen says, "Proud of you ladies. Thank you for all that you do. Sparkle, sparkle." Thank you, Miss Karen. Miss Alex says, "We deserve leaders who will listen, act, and make mental health accessible and affordable." Facts. That is so true, Miss Alex. I so agree, Miss Jem. We need more mental health specialists. And Miss Marimar says, "Live in the moment."
Yes.
So thank you for those comments. Very, very insightful. So now let's move on. We're moving towards the end now.
Alright.
Let's move on to the rapid fire question. So you just say the first thing that comes to mind. No need to over explain, or maybe you can explain if you want to, but don't need to make it lengthy.
All right.
So, okay, teacher brain or counselor brain, which takes over first?
Sorry, Gab. I would say both.
Okay. Next, brewed tea or iced tea?
Iced tea.
Okay, same. Next, what's always open on your laptop that has nothing to do with work or school?
I might be boring you because I would just say none. There's really none.
Okay, so you're very utilitarian with your laptop. You're like, okay, work.
Yeah, everything is just about work.
Okay, but what do you do for fun? Like you, away from gadgets?
Well, probably just, listen to music on the side, but it won't take long. Because probably there's another meeting coming up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I love how you minimize your screen time. Is that's so healthy actually. So next, dream travel destination.
there's no specific destination, but just take me anywhere that makes me happy.
Okay, away from work. Okay, next, a hobby or interest people would never guess you have.
This is probably I would like to share. I have a collection of Nicholas Sparks novels.
Oh, okay. Like A Walk to Remember. Is that the, is
Yeah,
that-
that's
is
one
that
of the many. That's one of the many. I got at least 20 of his
okay,
novels.
that's so interesting. That's a bit of a niche, I think. Yeah, I've never actually read Nick, but I've heard the movies. What was the one with Ryan Gosling and Rachel
The
McAdams.
Notebook.
Ah, yeah, that's the
Yes.
famous one,
But
right?
these are the mainstream novels, but there are also other novels that are also worth reading.
Ah, that's cool. That's cool. So, guys, if you're a Nicholas Sparks fan, you can also call a care circle for Miss Gemma if you
And
want a
this one-
fangirl or fanboy.
Debriefing about the novels.
Yeah. Okay, so next question. Are you a cat person or a dog person?
Cat person.
Oh, same. I like cats too. Okay, this is interesting. Musugot ka, Miss Jam, care circle walk, pero sa CCLEX.
Yes, why not? Collab with Coach Aris.
So, okay ra ka, Miss Jam, back and forth sa CCLEX.
Pwede one way lang.
Then at the end, we'll ride a jeep.
Oh.
Okay, so noted, Coach Aris. There might be a collab care circle.
Collab.
Is that not a run already?
Pwede.
So next, what is your comfort show or movie?
Concerts. Going to concerts.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So what's the last concert you've been to?
Live sessionistas.
Ah, okay.
Juries.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. That's cool. It must have been really nice to
Yes.
hear those ballads live. So next, canceled care circle session or canceled client meeting?
Oh my gosh. Can I just answer that with time management?
Okay. Okay, noted. And lastly, this is a very interesting question. In the operations team, who would you bring if you were stranded on a desert island?
Okay, who would I bring? I would say that would be Melvin.
Okay,
Melvin, if you're watching.
Why Melvin? Why Coach Melvin?
Because Melvin is noisy and he can talk about anything under the sun. So, while we are stranded, he can talk about a lot of stories that would keep me entertained
Okay.
while waiting for rescue.
I thought you were gonna say Melvin is noisy, so the rescue teams you guys can get rescued fast because they can hear it.
They can hear
They can hear someone
from
talking.
another island. Help!
But yeah, that's Coach Melvin. Watch out if you guys will get stranded. Miss Jem will bring you. So yeah, that's about it for today's episode of BeYou. Thank you so much for attending and being our guest for this session. Do you have any
welcome.
message or any plugs for Care Circle that you want to?
Yeah, so we have a regular group session for Care Circle. We have upcoming sessions this June, so we will be posting some details on our internal communications. And I hope that more will be interested in joining us. We will definitely make every session meaningful, enjoyable as well, and we are thinking of different creative activities that we can all experience together.
Yeah, there might actually be a Care Circle walk season next.
We will work on that, and
Yeah.
I hope we can have more people join in this walk.
Oh, okay. There's a few more comments. Miss Karen says, canceled meetings, simple joys. She also loves having canceled meetings, Miss Karen. And then Sir Melvin says, I'll endorse Jem to Aris. So when stranded in an island, they'll still need to watch out for their diet. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
That's like a horror movie. But yeah, so this has been BeYou Live, episode 4. Thank you so much for watching. This is Gabby,
This is Jem.
and see you everyone.
Hi. Bye bye. Bye bye.